Some forests are not peaceful escapes. They are living worlds where humans are just visitors. Inside them, people can vanish in green darkness. Rivers can swallow entire boats. Predators move without sound. Insects carry disease. And storms can turn trails into traps. These forests are beautiful, ancient, and alive, but they do not care if we survive. Today, we're counting down the top 9 dangerous forests on Earth where nature still rules. And stay until number 1, because the final forest is so vast, deadly, and unforgiving that even modern technology cannot fully control what happens inside it. Before we begin, comment which forest you think would be the hardest to survive. Number 9. Daintree Rainforest, Australia. The Daintree looks like paradise at first, but this ancient rainforest hides dangers that can strike from the trees, the rivers, and even the plants around you. Imagine thick green jungle pressing against white beaches and blue ocean. Vines hang from towering trees, mist floats above ancient ferns, bright birds flash through the canopy, while dark rivers move slowly beneath tangled branches. The Daintree Rainforest in northern Australia is one of the oldest rainforests on Earth. It is breathtaking, but it is also wild and unpredictable. The heat, humidity, dense vegetation, venomous animals, crocodile-filled waters, and sudden tropical weather make this forest dangerous for anyone who treats it like an easy walk. This is not a forest where humans naturally dominate. It is a place where nature has had millions of years to build its own rules. Some of the most dangerous animals in and around the Daintree are not huge predators in the trees, but creatures near the water. Saltwater crocodiles can live in rivers, estuaries, and coastal areas, making certain places unsafe for any careless exploring. For indigenous communities, the Daintree is not just wilderness. It is living history, culture, food, medicine, and knowledge passed through generations. Outsiders often see danger first, but local knowledge sees patterns, where to walk, what to avoid, and how to respect the forest. But the Daintree is only the beginning. The next forest is colder, darker, and so massive that getting lost there can become a death sentence. From Australia's tropical ancient jungle, we travel north to a frozen forest that stretches across continents. Number 8, the Boreal Forest, Canada and Alaska. In the Boreal Forest, danger does not always come fast. Sometimes it comes slowly, through cold, distance, and silence. Endless spruce, pine, and fir trees stretch toward the horizon. Snow covers the ground most of the year. Lakes freeze under gray skies. Inside, every direction looks exactly the same. The Boreal Forest, or taiga, covers huge parts of Canada and Alaska. Its danger comes from scale and isolation. Temperatures drop dangerously low, storms erase tracks, and remote areas are far from help. In this forest, being lost is not like being lost in a city park. A wrong turn can place someone miles from help, surrounded by cold, wildlife, wetlands, and endless trees. One of the most dangerous things about this forest is how easy it is to underestimate. There may be no dramatic cliff, no venomous snake, and no jungle roar. Just distance, but distance is enough. For indigenous peoples and northern communities, the Boreal Forest has supported life for thousands of years. Hunting, trapping, travel, and survival depend on deep knowledge of seasons, animals, ice, and weather. For outsiders without that knowledge, the same forest can become a maze. But cold and isolation are only one kind of threat. The next forest is hot, wet, and filled with animals that have mastered the art of ambush. From the frozen north, we move to a swamp forest where land and water blur together. Stay tuned. Number 7. The Sundarbans, India and Bangladesh. The Sundarbans is not just a forest. It is a shifting maze of mud, tides, mangroves, and predators. Mangrove roots rise from the water like claws. Narrow channels twist between muddy islands. The air is heavy with salt and humidity. Boats move carefully through the waterways, while the forest waits on both sides. The Sundarbans is the largest mangrove forest in the world. It is dangerous because everything changes with the tides. Paths disappear, Water levels shift, mud can trap movement, cyclones can devastate the region. But the most famous danger is the Bengal tiger. Unlike many forests where humans may go years without seeing a top predator, the Sundarbans has a long history of human-tiger conflict. The tigers here are known for their ability to swim between islands and move through mangrove terrain. In a forest where water is everywhere, even crossing a channel does not guarantee safety. People still enter the Sundarbans to fish, collect honey, gather wood, and support their families. Some never return. For local communities, the forest is both provider and threat. It gives food and income, but it demands respect every time someone enters. But as dangerous as the Sundarbans is, at least its threats are tied to tides and animals. The next forest has danger in its remoteness, its wildlife, and the sheer power of the ecosystem itself. From the mangrove maze of South Asia, we travel into the second largest rainforest on Earth. Number 6. Congo Basin Rainforest, Central Africa. The Congo Basin is not a forest you simply walk into. It is a world so vast that even today, much of it feels beyond human control. Towering trees form a green ceiling above dark soil and tangled undergrowth. Rivers wind through the jungle like brown arteries. Mist rises after rain. In the distance, the forest echoes with insects, birds, monkeys, and sounds you cannot always identify. The Congo Basin Rainforest stretches across several countries in Central Africa and contains some of the richest biodiversity on Earth. Its danger comes from density, remoteness, disease risk, difficult terrain, and powerful wildlife. This is a forest where navigation can be extremely challenging. Thick vegetation limits visibility, rivers can be dangerous, and remote areas may be far from medical help. The Congo Basin is home to forest elephants, gorillas, leopards, venomous snakes, and countless species still poorly known by science. Some of the danger is not just what we know is there, but what we still do not fully understand. For local and indigenous communities, the Congo forest is home, pharmacy, and food source. But it is also under pressure from logging and exploitation. The danger here is not only nature against humans, it is also what humans are doing to nature. But if the Congo is dangerous because it is vast and alive, the next forest is dangerous because fire, heat, predators, and isolation can all collide in one brutal landscape. Now we move to a forest where the dry season can turn the land into a furnace. Number 5. Chiquitano Dry Forest, Bolivia. Most people imagine dangerous forests as dark, wet jungles, but some forests become deadly when they dry out. The Chiquitano Dry Forest is a landscape of twisted trees, dry leaves, red earth, and hot wind. During certain seasons, the air feels sharp and dusty. Smoke can rise in the distance, and the line between forest and fire becomes frighteningly thin. The Chiquitano Dry Forest in Bolivia is one of the largest tropical dry forests in the world. Unlike rainforests, it survives long dry periods. That makes it unique, but also vulnerable. Heat, drought, and fire can turn this environment dangerous very quickly. Tropical dry forests are among the most threatened ecosystems on Earth. They may look less dramatic than rainforests, but they can hold incredible biodiversity and are often under intense pressure from agriculture and fire. Communities living near the Chiquitano Forest have faced the direct impact of wildfires and environmental change. When these forests burn, the damage is not just ecological. People lose homes, livelihoods, clean air, and parts of a landscape that shaped their lives. But fire is only one way a forest reminds humans who is in charge. The next one uses altitude, rain, cliffs, and isolation. From the dry forests of Bolivia, we travel into the cold, cloud-covered jungle where the mountains hide danger in every step. Number 4. Bwindi Impenetrable Forest, Uganda. Its name says everything. Bwindi Impenetrable Forest. Even the word impenetrable feels like a warning. Steep green mountains rise under a blanket of mist. Vines hang across narrow trails. Rain falls through dense canopy. The forest floor is slippery, uneven, and alive with insects, roots, and hidden movement. Bwindi Impenetrable Forest is famous for its mountain gorillas, but the environment itself is extremely challenging. The terrain is steep and dense. Trails can be muddy and difficult. Rain can make movement slow and dangerous. Thick vegetation can disorient anyone without experienced guides. This is not a forest where humans move freely. Every path must be earned. The forest protects nearly half of the world's remaining mountain gorillas. That makes it dangerous in a different way. Not because gorillas are monsters, but because this is a fragile habitat where human behavior must be controlled. Conservation here is deeply tied to local communities, tourism, and global efforts to protect endangered gorillas. Rangers, trackers, scientists, and guides work in difficult conditions to protect both wildlife and visitors. The forest is not only dangerous, it is precious. But Bwindi's danger comes with protection and guided paths. The next forest has a darker reputation, where people enter and sometimes are never found. From Uganda's misty mountain forest, we travel to Japan, where beauty and silence create one of the most haunting forests in the world. Number 3. Aokigahara Forest, Japan. Aokigahara does not look violent. That is what makes it so unsettling. The forest grows at the base of Mount Fuji, thick with twisted trees and roots crawling over volcanic rock. The ground is uneven, dark, and strange. Sound seems to fade between the trees. Trails disappear into green shadow. Aokigahara, often called the Sea of Trees, is dangerous because of its terrain, density, and psychological weight. The forest grows over old lava flows, creating uneven ground, hidden holes, and confusing routes. Its thickness can make navigation difficult, and phone signals may be unreliable in some areas. Because the forest grows over volcanic rock, the terrain can look similar in many directions. That can make it easy for hikers to lose orientation if they leave marked trails. This part must be treated with respect. Aokigahara is not a horror attraction. It is a real place connected to real human pain. Authorities and volunteers have worked to prevent deaths, guide visitors, and remind people that help exists. But the next forest is dangerous in a completely different way, not because of silence, but because of overwhelming life, water, insects, predators, and endless green. From the quiet shadows of Mount Fuji, we enter the most famous rainforest on Earth. Number 2. Amazon Rainforest, South America. The Amazon is beautiful, massive, and alive in every direction. But inside it, humans are not the main characters. The canopy stretches like a green ocean across South America. Rivers twist through the forest wider than highways. Rain falls hard and fast. Insects scream in the heat. Leaves drip, branches move, and the jungle feels constantly awake. The Amazon rainforest is the largest tropical rainforest on Earth. Its danger comes from scale, biodiversity, weather, disease risk, river systems, and isolation. There are venomous snakes, jaguars, caimans, electric eels, parasites, biting insects, dangerous plants, and countless ways to become lost or injured. Some parts of the Amazon still contain communities with limited contact with the outside world. That means the forest is not only biologically complex, but culturally and ethically sensitive. Entering carelessly can endanger both visitors and indigenous people. Indigenous peoples have lived with the Amazon for thousands of years. They know plants, rivers, animals, and seasons in ways outsiders cannot learn quickly. But the forest is under threat from deforestation, illegal mining, fires, and land conflict. The danger now flows in both directions. The Amazon can kill humans, but humans are also killing the Amazon. And yet, even the Amazon is not number one. The final forest is a place where jungle, mountains, rivers, crime, migration, disease, and isolation all combine into one of the most dangerous crossings on Earth. Number 1 is the Darién Gap, a dense, lawless, and brutally unforgiving rainforest between Panama and Colombia, one of the most dangerous forest regions on Earth. From above, the Darién looks like an endless green wall. No easy road cuts through it. Rivers carve through the jungle. Mud pulls at every step. Rain falls hard, insects swarm, and mountains rise beneath the canopy like hidden obstacles. Inside, the forest becomes a maze. Trails vanish. Clothes stay wet. Boots sink into mud. Every sound could be an animal, a person, or just the jungle shifting around you. The Darién Gap is famous because it interrupts the Pan-American Highway, the long road network that stretches through much of the Americas. But here, the road stops. The reason is simple. The terrain is too difficult, the environment too dangerous, and the region too complex. The danger comes from multiple layers at once. There are rivers, mountains, swamps, heavy rain, disease risks, dangerous animals, and extreme remoteness. But unlike many forests, the Darién also has severe human danger. Criminal groups, trafficking routes, robbery, violence, and desperate migration. This combination makes it far more than a difficult rainforest. It is a survival corridor. The Darién Gap matters because it shows what happens when nature's power and human desperation meet. This is not just a dangerous forest on a map. It is one of the clearest examples of how geography can shape human lives. For conservationists, it is an important wilderness. For governments, it is a difficult border region. For migrants, it can become a nightmare they must cross to chase survival. For nature, it remains a place where roads still fail. The Darién Gap matters because it shows what happens when nature's power and human desperation meet. This is not just a dangerous forest on a map. It is one of the clearest examples of how geography can shape human lives. For conservationists, it is an important wilderness. For governments, it is a difficult border region. For migrants, it can become a nightmare they must cross to chase survival. For nature, it remains a place where roads still fail. The Darién Gap earns the #1 spot because it is not dangerous in just one way. It is dangerous in every way. The forest can exhaust you. The rivers can trap you. The mud can slow you. The insects can sicken you. The terrain can break you. Most forests on this list remind us that nature is powerful. The Darién Gap reminds us that nature still has places where civilization stops. And once you step inside, the forest decides how far you go. Forests are often described as peaceful, healing, and beautiful, and many of them are. But the forests on this list remind us that nature is not soft. It is ancient, intelligent, violent, delicate, and completely alive. From the crocodile waters of the Daintree to the frozen silence of the Boreal forest, from the tiger-haunted Sundarbans to the endless Amazon and the brutal Darién Gap, each forest tells the same truth. Humans may enter, but we do not always rule. Which forest shocked you the most? Would you dare step into the Amazon, the Sundarbans, Aokigahara, or the Darién Gap? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy documentary-style rankings about Earth's most extreme places, subscribe for more. In the next video, we'll explore places so remote that reaching them can be more dangerous than surviving there.